Hello, my amazing, wonderful, fabulous friends, and welcome to another part of my living room. I have you here today because I have a confession to make, and it's a secret that I've been hiding for a while, for a year actually, and that's actually a secret pet that I have that I've told basically no one about. And why I haven't told anyone about this pet is a combination of things. One being, I'm not an expert on this type of animal. It's just, there's so much that goes into the care of this type of animal. I'm not an expert. I have really refined my care for this animal and I'm happy with how I do it, but I'm not an expert, and it's just super not on brand for my channel. I have spiders, I have scorpions, I have even snakes, but this animal is something, could you see it? This animal is something that is totally different, and he's right there. Can you see him? Hang on. If you couldn't already see, the animal that I'm talking about is my mouse. This is my mouse. His name is Mr. Popo. I got that name from Dragon Ball Z. It's a character I just really liked from a show I really liked. And he is a fancy mouse. I got him from a breeder. I did have to go on a waiting list for quite some time to get him from a local breeder called Frosted Cookies Mousery, I believe. He's some type of fancy mouse. I'm not a big mouse expert, so I don't know for sure what type of mouse he is, but he's not a rat, he is a mouse. I've had him for about a year now. He was born on June 6th because I have his little birth certificate. So this is Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo, meet everyone. I'm so sorry I've been hiding him from you guys. Now that I reveal him, I don't feel so like it's such a big deal. But this is him. And I'm gonna clean his cage out, so I thought we could do that together. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but I figured we could clean Mr. Popo's cage together. I put him in this little bin while I clean his cage. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him in his cage cleaning bin so we can get started. Okay, he's successfully in his bin. I'm gonna give him something to hide under. I'm gonna put in a couple of his toys. So a couple quick questions, a couple quick things I want to address about Mr. Popo. A is his diet. He eats the Missouri rat and mouse diet, along with a combination of fruits, veggies, and then things like dried pasta, seeds, nuts, and other things that I let him forage for. He has a very diverse diet, and I like to give him little tastes of what I eat. He loves peas, he loves corn, he loves little chew toys and all kinds of things like that. Another thing to keep in mind with mice is that not only do they need a varied diet, which is something much different than inverts, they also need a lot of stimulation. So I don't know if you can tell, but there is just so much going on in this enclosure. And that's because Mr. Popo needs a lot of things to keep him stimulated and keep him busy, because mice love chaos and destruction and they like being busy. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna clean out his cage. And for his bedding, I do use the KT Clean and Cozy. I've tried a lot of different beddings and I like this one the most. It absorbs really well and it's really soft and comfy for him. And I find that this amount, it's 24.6 liters, is perfect for his 30-gallon enclosure. So he does have a 30-gallon aquarium enclosure. Personally, I just like this better than like the metal cage kind. I've seen them get their little hands stuck in there and hurt their little noses from biting on the bars, so I don't like the metal cage ones personally. And I feel like it's easy to give him a lot of good enrichment in his 30-gallon. It looks kind of small compared to me. Like, I look really big right now, but it is 30 gallons. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by taking everything out of the enclosure. Then we're gonna empty the bedding. Then we're gonna wipe down the enclosure. We're gonna spray off all the stuff that he's peed and pooped on, because they pee and poop on everything. Then we're gonna put the new bedding in, and we're gonna put everything back. Do you want a mouse? Because they're a lot of work, but they're worth it because they're so cute, and it's nice to have like a cuddly animal. I have a cat, but you know, it's interesting. I don't know, it's something different. And I know I have snakes, so maybe having a mouse is kind of weird. I actually got bit by my snake yesterday because I handled my mouse and then I handled my snake, so that was like a not a good idea necessarily. But I'm gonna stop blabbing. Oh. Let's go ahead and get started on Mr. Popo's enclosure. As I take stuff out, I'm going to kind of show you what is in the enclosure, so you can kind of see what kind of stuff he has to entertain himself with. So the first thing is this Night Angel wheel. I really like this wheel. It's a little more on the expensive side, but it's very, very quiet. And I had really good reviews. Night Angel is a good company for small pets. Animals, like small animals, do love to pee and poop in their wheels, so you have to clean these off really good. So we're going to take the wheel. Here I have just this little thing. It provides levels for him and little things to be enriched with and chew on. It's just like a little platform. He does really like this. He's always climbing around. Next I have these ledges here. They're magnetic ledges. I actually got them for reptiles. I use them for my frogs and my lizards, but they work really well for mice too. They just kind of attach to the sides and it gives him more levels and things to climb on. Here are a couple little tunnel ladder thingies that he can go under. He likes to burrow under these or climb over them. Here's a couple other little things he can hide in. More things to hide in and play on and under. I give him a variety of boxes and paper goods to chew on and destroy. They love destruction, let me tell you. And then this is another little platform. I keep his food dish on here, his water dish, and then this is a little dish I give him treats in. And then here's the little platform, so he likes to stuff this bedding under here, and then he also likes to go on top of it. And then he has a little water bottle as well as a water dish. I find that he does drink from the water dish a lot, so I like giving him the option of drinking from either one. And as we go through and take out the bedding, there's a lot of little random chew toys in that he's buried. So next I'm going to go ahead and scoop out all of the dirty bedding. Well, I'm going to take out all the bedding. Yeah. Okay, I have now removed all the bedding minus a very small amount, which I'm going to leave in and mix in with the new bedding. This way it will have a little bit of his scent on the bedding, and hopefully it will encourage him to mark his territory a little bit less, because he will have a little bit of his scent already incorporated in the bedding. I find that with an unneutered male mouse, they do tend to mark their territory a lot. So doing something like this can help them pee to mark their territory a little bit less, and can help with the smell, because mice smell, let me tell you. So I'm going to go ahead and get my new bedding. It comes in a big brick like this, and I find that the whole brick is exactly how much I need. So I just dump it in. Boom. And then I'm just going to go ahead and break it up. It expands as you break it up. I do like this bedding the best out of everything I've tried. It's very absorbent. I find that the PetSmart brand one is not absorbent, and it's not as soft and comfy, and we really want him to be comfy and be able to burrow and dig. And I like to provide a nice layer of the bedding. That way there's enough to absorb the urine. That way, again, you get a little bit less smell, because they smell. Okay, perfect. So next I'm going to take all of the stuff outside that he has peed and pooped on, and I'm going to spray it down, and wash it and get it nice and clean to go back in the enclosure. All right, we're back inside, and now that everything is cleaned off, it's time to start putting everything back into the enclosure. Now, I do like to mix up a little bit where things are so that it keeps his mind stimulated and adds enrichment to him by going back in the cage and experiencing the same items, but in a slightly different arrangement. So I think this time I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheel on this side. And then I'm just gonna keep putting stuff in until I'm happy with how it is. I also bought him these really cute little treat sticks that I thought he might like to chew on and forage for the little goodies on here. There's some oats and corn and seeds, cute little things for him. So I'm gonna put one there, one over here, and one over here. If you're looking at a mouse's cage and you're thinking, wow, that looks really cluttered, that means you're doing it right. Cluttered cages are very good for mice, generally, because that way they are stimulated, they have things to do, they have things to check out and explore. So yeah, I think we're all set. Looks nice and chaotic, perfect for a mouse. So let's go ahead and put Mr. Popo back in. Here he is in his little thingy. What a good boy you are, mister. Oh, I forgot these go in too. And here's the boy. He's so cute. Every time I show him, people think he's a rat, but no, he's a mouse. Let's put him back in. I don't know if you can see him exploring around. Mr. Popo, are you exploring? No treats yet. Really hope you enjoyed meeting my secret pet. It feels really good to finally tell you guys about him. I hope you love Mr. Popo. He's so cute. He's so sweet. Look at him. He's such a good boy. And I really hope that you like the care I do for him. I wish I could have a bigger enclosure, but I don't have the space. But 30 gallons is pretty good for a single male mouse. He is living on his own because he is an unneutered male, and unneutered males must be kept alone. They do not get along with other males, and if you put them with a female, you will have babies, and we do not want babies. So he's living the bachelor life. But I really hope you enjoyed meeting him. I had a great time showing him to you. Thanks for sticking around for the cage cleaning. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you don't mind. It really helps out the channel. And leave a comment if you want to help support too. It means so much to me. I really appreciate it. I love reading your comments. It's the highlight of my day. I also have an Instagram that you can follow, Slightly Venomous, exactly the same way it's spelled here. No spaces, no dots, nothing, just Slightly Venomous. And you can kind of get day-to-day updates and little stories and stuff with what I do. So I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much. Have an amazing, fantastic day. You're wonderful, you're fabulous, you're cool. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Say bye, Mr. Popo.